process of transcription. What is transcription? Formation of RNA from DNA is called as transcription. And I said you RNA transcription occurs from 5' end to 3' end. Let us take a sequence. Let us take a hypothetical, imaginary sequence of DNA. I am writing some letters. This is from 5' end to 3' end. And for this opposite strand, you can easily guess what will be the next strand that is opposite to this. Guanine, thymine, thymine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, guanine, guanine, adenine. This is from 3' end to 5' end. Okay. So now if a RNA strand is produced from this, that RNA strand will start its production from 5' end. Again, this whatever is formed complementary to this, it is from 5' end. So it will have a sequence similar to this upper strand. Except in case of thymine, we have uracil. Remaining all is same, simply you can copy. So this strand started from 5' end, it extended from 3' end. This is the strand on which the new mRNA is produced. This is mRNA, messenger RNA is produced. So this strand is called as template strand. Template strand is a strand on which new strand is produced. On which new strand is produced. Whether it is for DNA synthesis or RNA synthesis. Okay. So here, what is this strand called as? This strand is called as coding strand. This strand is called as coding strand. Why is it called as coding strand? Actually, it's not having any role in mRNA synthesis. It does not have any role in mRNA synthesis. But still it is called as coding strand. What is the reason it is called as coding strand? Because the sequence of this and this is same. CAA, CAG, CAG. It is actually a code, no? CAA is a code. It is a code for some amino acid. CAG is a code for amino acid. UAG. UAC, here is TAC. Okay, only in case of thymine uracil is there. Remaining all code is same. So that is the reason why it is called as coding strand. Okay, so this is DNA molecule. In DNA molecule, this is mRNA strand. In DNA molecule, one strand acts as a template strand, second strand acts as a coding strand. Okay. Now, what is the process of transcription? For the process of transcription, three things are required. Three things are required for the process of transcription. What are those three things? Three requirements for transcription. What are the three requirements for transcription? Yes, ma'am. Even recording is going on. Three requirements for transcription. First one is promoter. Promoter. Second one is transcription unit. Transcription unit. Third one is A terminator. Terminator. What is this? Promoter is a point in DNA where transcription starts. Transcription starts. What is transcription? Short unit of DNA, or simply you can say gene that codes for protein. A small length of DNA where transcription occurs. It is usually one gene, a small length of DNA, or you write it like this. Small length of DNA, small length of DNA, which is transcribed, which is transcribed, which is turning into mRNA. Terminator is endpoint, endpoint of transcription. Which will be the endpoint of transcription? Generally at stop codon. Stop codon will stop the transcription. CAG, UAA, UAG and UGA are stop codons we have seen already. So in this, we'll write here instead of this. UGA. Opposite to this, adenine, cytosine, guanine. Here thymine, guanine, adenine. Thymine, adenine. So this is a stop codon. So if this is a promoter site, at this point the binding of mRNA will start. At this point the mRNA will start production. This code inside this DNA is called as promoter site. Promoter site. When mRNA bind with this, the initial mRNA, how it will start? At once, it will not start like this. At once, it will not start. Just this G will bind with C, cytosine, thymine will bind with adenine, thymine will bind with adenine. How it will bind? In the cytoplasm, already nucleotides are present. So many nucleotides are present in the cytoplasm. Sorry, nucleoplasm. These nucleotides will come and attach here. Okay? The nucleotides of DNA will come and attach. They are used for DNA synthesis also, RNA synthesis also. Then when this process starts, this is called as initiation. Okay? Once at the promoter site, initiation of RNA synthesis occurs. The promoter site, where it is present? It is present in DNA. Terminator site also, it is located inside the DNA only. Okay? Terminator site is present in DNA only. This is terminator site. This is promoter site. And this is the length, transcription unit. This is the transcription unit. Transcription units. Okay, once it is starting here, once it is starting here at the promoter site, mRNA, it forms all the structure at this location because here UGA is a stop codon, it will stop here. Okay, this is stop codon where protein is ending. This is the site in DNA, this is called as terminator site. Stop codon is a code that is present inside the mRNA. Terminator is a site that is present in DNA. That difference you should understand. Stop codon, we have discussed. Stop codons, what they are? UGA, UAG, UGG. This where it will be present? This is present in mRNA that stops protein synthesis. That stops protein synthesis. The same location of DNA is called as terminator. This end point of transcription is on DNA. Okay, that is related to stop codon. This point is called as terminator site. This point is called as promoter site. This is promoter site, this is terminator site, and this is transcription unit. These three are required for transcription to occur. Is this clear? So next, after this, process. Process involves 3 steps. The process of transcription involves 3 steps. Like we have discussed, what is science when I said you? There are some requirements, we should gather them, then we are doing experiment. Same like that, these 3 things are required for transcription to occur. And this process of transcription, once if these 3 things are present, the process involves 3 steps. Initiation, elongation, and termination. In this, we'll write one more sequence, some random sequence. We don't know what sequence it may be. DNA sequence. This is for templates. Template, something I'm writing. You can also write any sequence and test for yourself. Some sequence. Okay. This is 3' end. This is 5' end. And this is acting as template. What is coding strand then? You can guess by yourself what will be the coding strand. This is 5' ends, and here guanine, adenine, guanine, thymine, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, adenine, thymine, guanine, adenine, thymine, cytosine, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. This is 3' ends. So this is coding strand, this is template strand. Okay, let us write in the last a coding strand, UAG. So TAG. So here adenine, thymine, cytosine will come. So here the promoter site, let us assume this is the promoter site, and here the initiation of mRNA occurs. What is initiation? Initiation is when mRNA starts forming. At which site? At promoter site. At promoter site, what will happen? mRNA will start forming. So this will be our mRNA that is being formed. mRNA is forming at 5' ends. mRNA is forming at 5' ends, and this is the first thing that is binding opposite to cytosine, guanine. So this is the process of initiation. This is process of initiation. After that, the process of forming the total length of mRNA, this total process is called as elongation. Elongation is extension of mRNA from promoter sites to terminator sites. Terminator sites. From here to it starts forming. So this is initiation. After this, adenine binds to uracil, thymine binds to adenine, guanine, uracil, cytosine, uracil, adenine, uracil, guanine, adenine, uracil, uracil, cytosine, cytosine, uracil, uracil, thymine, cytosine. Oh, sorry. Here I wrote a mistake. Adenine, adenine, uracil, cytosine. Okay, right? So we'll write here a stop codon instead of this UAG. Here what will be there? Adenine, thymine, cytosine. Thymine, adenine, guanine. Okay. So this point is called as terminator sites. Okay. This point is called as promoter sites and this point is called as terminator sites. This is promoter sites. This is terminator sites. Terminator sites. Now from here to here to here, this sequence formation is called as elongation. The process of formation from here to here it is elongation. Not only till here it is elongation only. Okay, after forming G only it is final that this is stop codon. After this G comes and bind only we can confirm this is a stop codon. Instead, if there is any another nucleotide here uh, adenine is there, UAU it will become. It will not be a stop codon. So after this G binds only termination of this process occurs. Termination of this process occurs. That means it will stop there. Okay. So those are the three steps involved in the process of transcription: initiation, elongation, and termination. This is the template strand, this is the coding strand, and on the template strand, mRNA is present. Since this strand and this strand are almost the same except at one side where thymine is present, uracil is present. This is called as coding strand. Right. Next, let us move to the next point. What is the cistron? What is monocistron? We'll see that. Cistron. Segment of DNA coding for polypeptide is called as cistron. Segment of DNA coding for polypeptides. Okay. Initially I said this is a gene, but now I am saying this is cistron. What is the reason? Because I'll say you the reason. First, let us understand this topic. In prokaryotic cells, this complete segment of DNA, which is called as cistron, will produce mRNA, and from mRNA, This is the protein that is produced. In this protein that is produced, it does not act as a single protein, but it will split in middle to act as 3 or 4 different proteins. Okay? This is a transcription unit, complete transcription unit. This total transcription unit will produce mRNA. If I write again mRNA here also, you will confuse same color. So I'm not writing mRNA, directly I'm writing protein. This is DNA segment, this is protein. Okay. In this, there are 3 polypeptides. This is one polypeptide. This is one polypeptide. This is one polypeptide. From one gene, 3 polypeptides are produced. This happens in case of prokaryotes. This happens in case of prokaryotes. At once transcription occurs for different proteins and they're split into different polypeptide chains. So this each one is called as one cistron. From here to here, this gene is called as a cistron. From here to here, this gene is called as a cistron. From here to here, this gene is called as a cistron. Each gene is producing one polypeptide, but this total is acting as a one transcription unit only. Total transcription occurs once. Only one promoter site is there. Only one terminator site is there. Total synthesis occurs at one. After that, it is splitting into polypeptide chains. But in case of eukaryotes, it is different. In case of eukaryotes, it is different. If this is the length of DNA, if this is the length of DNA, and it is producing a polypeptides, total length will not code for polypeptide, but there are parts of gene. This gene is not continuous, but there are small breaks in it, in which from here to here polypeptide will form, here to here polypeptide will form, here to here polypeptide will form. These regions in between which are present will not code for any protein. These are called exons. These are called introns. This is useful part of gene. This does not code. Does not code just. They are adding for bulk of the material. They are increasing the length of DNA. That's all. They do not code for proteins. They may have other uses, but they are not useful for making proteins. Okay. This gene, now which is formed in separate pieces, will combine to form one polypeptide. So, this opposite is happening. What is happening here? One polypeptide is one complete protein unit is produced, it is split into polypeptides. Here, different pieces are joining together to form one polypeptides. So, in case of eukaryote, it is having only one cistron. This total is one cistron. It has coding sequences, non-coding sequences, that is different. But total transcription occurs at once. It will stop here, it will extend. Elongation will stop here, it will start from here. Elongation will stop here, it will start from here. There are some other proteins which guide for that, but this total segment of DNA is not coding for protein. Small bits are formed and it is joining to form a complete protein. So there are exons in this DNA which code for the protein and introns in this. In between, this is one intron, this is one intron, this is one intron, which do not code for any proteins. Okay. So these pieces which do not code for protein are called as introns. The small bits which code for protein called exons. When you compare these two processes, they are opposite to each other. In case of eukaryotes, from here to here, it is only one cistron. Why it is called as one cistron? So many pieces are there, no? Once again, read this definition. Segment of DNA coding for one polypeptide. This total gene is coding for one polypeptide only. One polypeptide only formed from that. So that is why this total it is called as one cistron. Is this point clear for you? I'll say you again. Listen carefully. Cistron is a segment of DNA coding for polypeptides. Okay, the length of DNA which produces one polypeptide is called as a cistron. In case of prokaryotes, a transcription unit produces 3 to 4 polypeptides, not 3 to 4, I can't say that is 3 to 4, a link of polypeptides and that are splitting down. Afterwards, that are splitting down to separate into polypeptides. Each polypeptide is coded by one cistron. In case of eukaryotes, cistron is split into exons and introns. Exons are coding regions, introns are non-coding regions. They have some other use, but they do not code for proteins. These are just sequences that are present between exons. So the total cistron is split into exons and introns. Afterwards, the small bits that are formed combine together to form one polypeptide chain. Okay. So that is about the transcription process. After that,